Welcome back to the Owen Center here in Peoria, Illinois on SportsTownChicago.com. We are at the Mid-American Collegiate Hockey Association Silver Division playoffs. And our second game that we're televising right now is the Marquette University Golden Eagles taking on the Loyola University of Chicago Ramblers. And at the end of one period of play, Marquette leads Loyola 2-1. During the regular season, both teams faced off, and Marquette came out on top 2-0 in their head-to-head competition. That just took place towards the end of January, so they're fairly recent in terms of their competition. And this game was pretty end-to-end in the first period, with Marquette coming out on top 2-1. Now we're going to get a look at the first goal for Marquette. Went up here about halfway through the first period, coming in with a nice hanging around the net and tucking the puck in for Marquette was Corey Quinn. I think Corey was able to get the dab off there as he tucked that puck into the side of the net. And that gave Marquette their first goal, and eventually went on to take the first period 2-1 over the Loyola Ramblers. So for the Ramblers, they generated some good offensive attempts. They've had some power play opportunities as well, but they're going to have to step on it a little bit more, but it's still anyone's game at this point. No team really is dominating. From a shot selection standpoint, Loyola with 14 shots on goal and Marquette with 9. But from the big board standpoint, Marquette leading 2-1. So now Marquette has come on the ice for the second period, and Loyola is now coming out, getting ready to come on. And we'll have the second period face-off here in a moment. As a reminder, here on SportsTownChicago.com, we are going to have 2 more games coming your way. After this game concludes, there is a game at 4:30. This will be the number 3 seed Aurora University taking on Bradley University. Bradley also of Peoria. That's at 4:30. And then our last game of today's broadcast will take place at 7:15 p.m., where Nebraska University, the 4th seed, will take on Robert Morris of Peoria, the host school, and they're the 5th seed. So 2 more games to come today, and then we'll have the broadcast 2 games tomorrow, and then the championship game on Sunday. So lots of hockey action to come your way here in the Mid-America Collegiate Hockey Association Silver Division playoffs. Both teams on the ice getting ready for the second period face-off. From a goaltender standpoint, both goalies look pretty sharp, not giving up too many rebound opportunities, which is always something from a goalie standpoint as you want to minimize as much as possible. Referee calling both teams over to the center ice. Trying to get our draw started here. We are at the Owen Center in Peoria, Illinois. It's a 2-rink facility. In the other rink, Rink 2, the Bronze Division games are actually taking place. And we'll try and get you some updates on those scores later. All right, face-off, and we are underway here in the second period now, with Loyola going from your right to left, Marquette your left to right. And Loyola has the puck, dumping it into the Marquette zone, where it was taken by Eric Plotz. Plotz dumps it all the way down into Loyola zone, where Kovac will stop it, and he'll leave it for Victor Koister. Koister sticking it ahead over to Loyola, trying to get it over to Russ Kaminsky. Kaminsky dumps it into the zone. Marquette takes possession along the near board. Clearing attempt all the way down back inside the Loyola zone, where it's picked up by Kaminsky. Kaminsky feeding it to Koister. Over the blue line for the Ramblers coming in is Dominic Marcus. Marcus behind the goal line of Marquette. And now Loyola chasing after it. However, Marquette picking up Brendan Natwara. Clears it out of the zone, where it's picked up into their own zone by Loyola, circling it over to Patrick Myers. Myers in his own zone, skating forward. Along the near boards, fed the puck over to Dominic Marcus. Marcus drops it off to Baranek. Baranek in on the goalie, unable to put it past Ansler. And Loyola with the early action here, early going. Dumped in by Nick Piper. And we have a collision along the far corner there. Marquette trying to clear, but Loyola putting on a good pressure. Piper And behind the net for Loyola, trying to feed Sean Thornton there, unable to get a shot through. Puck cleared all the way down inside the Loyola zone, and we're going to have an icing call. The faceoff will go back into Marquette zone with 18:15 to play. Marquette leading Loyola 2-1. So the Golden Eagles and the Ramblers here in a nice tight contest, looking to see who will advance to the second round in Saturday's play here in the Silver Division. Piper with the draw, Loyola wins. Puck kept into the zone, chasing after it for Loyola. Sean Thornton. Thornton around behind the goalie, picked up by Marcus. Marquette carrying it in. Skating it in is Johnny Stillman. Stillman behind the Rambler net, circles it around, leaves it for Christopher Morrow. Morrow near boards. Behind the net for Marquette. Centering pass, unable to get it through, and Loyola knocks it, kept inside the zone, then knocked out. Marquette. Loose puck attempt, Nick Piper. Piper coming in all alone on Jules Bertrand. He's able to shoot the puck wide, sticked into the net by Arner, and we're going to have a face-off to the right of Robbie Arner here in the first period with 17:35 to go. And face-off to the left side. Winning the draw is Loyola. Near point, Koister. Koister brings it behind the net. Loyola with a rebound attempt and picked up by Marquette. Marquette knocked the puck outside their own zone. Loyola picks it over. Koister dumps it all the way inside the Marquette zone where it'll be an icing call. He's not at center ice when he dumped that in, so the puck will come all the way into the Loyola zone for a face-off. This face-off will be to the left of Tyler Kovac inside the Loyola zone. With the draw for Marquette, William Podwellis. Podwellis, Koister going after it for Loyola. He loses the puck. Centering attempt goes wide. Now it's picked up by Marquette. Mitchell Elena. Elena along the near boards, trying to get it to the left point. Play was knocked loose by a Loyola defender. Coming in for it now and clearing is Koister. Puck is cleared into the Marquette zone. Picked up now, Koister chasing after it for Loyola. Unable to clear, puck brought in to the zone. That's William Podwellis, shoots the puck wide. And going for it is Loyola. And it looked like an interference, however, was not called. Oh no, the referee, nope, no call there. Carrying the puck forward is Marquette, dumping it into the Loyola zone. Adam Benkovic. Now Marquette, centering pass, stolen away by Koister. Koister flips the puck into the Marquette zone. Chasing after it for Marquette is Brendan Natwara. And they're going to call an icing call on this. So another icing call from Victor Koister. So he's had consecutive icings here in the last minute or so. 2-1, Marquette still leading Loyola. That was our score after one period of play. Marquette with the draw. Face-off has won by Loyola. Picking it in the near side, skating it up forward. Dumping it into the Marquette zone, but out of play. So the puck deflected out of play. And our face-off is going to come outside the zone now. On the far boards, center ice. Loyola wins the draw. Puck is backhanded into the Marquette zone by Michael Farino. Puck kept in, Marquette trying to clear. Outside the zone. Puck carried over by Marquette. That's Colin Telemek. And Loyola comes away with it. Near board, skating it into the zone is Dominic Marcus. Dumps the puck behind the Marquette net. He was looking for a penalty. No call coming. And coming out of the zone for Marquette, dumping it into the far corner, chasing after it. Another icing call Colin Telemanek was unable to make a connection, and the puck wound up going for an icing call. Face-off back into the Marquette zone, 2-1 Marquette, with 15:23 to go here in the second period. On the draw for Loyola is Matt Barnett. Marquette wins the draw. Puck flipped to center ice. Coming into the zone along the near far boards is Adam Benkovic. Benkovic trying to center, rebound attempt, score! The pass attempt was intended for Michael DeSalvo, but picking up the rebound was Colin Telemanek, and he buries it, and Marquette now leads 3-1 with 15:14 to go in the second period. There you see the rebound attempt, the shot attempt from Michael DeSalvo off the pads, and then coming in hot was Colin Telemanek for the rebound, and he buries it. 2-goal lead now for Marquette. Golden Eagles up 3-1. Face-off won by the Golden Eagles. I have to stop saying that. Koister feeds it on over to the far boards to Loyola. Coming into the Marquette zone along the near boards is Andrew Hadley. Hadley loses the puck, and Marquette coming out with it. Koister was able to gather the loose puck before there was an odd man opportunity for Marquette. Nick Piper coming in along the left side. He drops it over. Rebound attempt. Stick to side. Shot on goal. And a rebound attempt that was stick to side. Now Marquette trying to clear. Unable to. Piper knocks it back into the zone. And heavy hit along the board. Now here comes Marquette into the Loyola zone. Puck behind the net. Feeding it over to Connor Coyne. Coyne loses control. Marquette has to regroup. Skating in is Brendan Natwara, but there was an offsides call. The faceoff will come outside the zone. Outside the Loyola zone. 3-1 Marquette leading Loyola. 14:16 to go. Here you're going to see a look at the action down at the Marquette end. Got a couple Rambler players on either side of Robbie Arner, but he was able to stick it away and maintain that 2-goal lead for the Golden Eagles. Puck knocked down by Marquette. Maintain possession. Brendan Natwara. And skating with it now for Natwara. Natwara loses the puck. Shot goes wide of the net. Shot from the left point was blocked. Going after it for Loyola is Jordan Hawkins. Hawkins in the corner. He's rubbed up off the play there. And now we had a player covered the puck up with his hand. Not sure if they're going to call that. Oh, we have some after the whistle activity. Michael Farino of Loyola very upset with some of the goings on between him and Johnny Stillman. And that's going to cost Loyola, so they're going to the box. Michael Farino with a penalty. And that's not something Coach Jackson Bray was looking for when you're down 2 goals already in a playoff game. You don't want someone going off for an after whistle type penalty. Any penalty, but definitely an after whistle type penalty, so an extracurricular activity. So now the Golden Eagles will go to the power play. However, the referees are huddling at center ice here to talk through what they saw specifically and see if there's going to be any additional infractions either on Marquette. I don't think they're going to wash out the penalty for Loyola, but we'll see. Both captains are awaiting the outcome of that conversation between the referee and the linesman. 3-1 is the score here. Marquette over Loyola with 13:33 to go here in the second period of play. We're in the Mid-American Collegiate Hockey Association Silver Division playoffs. All right, so now the referee is talking to both captains in terms of what they've observed and what they're going to call. I don't know if anything's going to change. Right now we don't have the penalty on the scoreboard to know if anything's going to change. We do know, however, at this moment that Michael Farino is in the box for the Ramblers. So he was immediately sent to the box based on some of the actions. He was very frustrated with Johnny Stillman. Didn't like how he's kind of hit behind. Shots on goal so far, Loyola 17, Marquette 11. So even though they have a shots on goal advantage, they're chasing by 2 goals. So this shorthanded situation for the Ramblers isn't going to help, so they're going to have to come up with a big kill here. All right, so it looks like we're finally going to be able to drop the puck. Faceoff's going to take place inside the Loyola zone. However, we're waiting for the Loyola players to come on over. Coach for Loyola is screaming for the referees. Kind of get some clarity here. I don't think he's going to get any resolution that he's going to like. He's still going to be shorthanded. So Jackson Bray pleading his case. Referee's not coming over at this point, however, he's talking to the team captain, Jordan Hawkins. Face-off will be to the right of Kovac. 13-33 here in the second period of play. I believe we're finally going to get the puck drop here. And play has resumed. Cloyster clears it out of the zone for Loyola. It's dumped back in by Marquette, chasing after it for Loyola, and looking to clear is Jacob Soman. Soman unable to get it clear. Puck dumped back into the Loyola zone, where it was picked up, and now we got an odd man attempt coming in is Ross Kaminsky. Puck up in the air, and I don't think Ross Arner was able to see that. Robbie Arner was able to see that puck. It was up in the air. I think he lost sight of it temporarily. However, Marquette was able to control, and they dumped the puck into the far corner. Soman for the Ramblers. Clears it outside the zone. Kaminsky. And a whiff attempt on the puck trying to clear, and Marquette's able to bring it into the zone. Skating in on his backhand, going into the far corner, looking to feed. Dumps the puck behind the net. And that puck is picked up by William Podwellis. Podwellis, shot on net, stick side save. Soman for the Ramblers behind his own zone. Gets it over to Kaminsky, who clears it back into the Marquette zone. Arno will hold on to it with a whistle. Not sure why he did that. He didn't have any immediate pressure, but he felt the need to do that. So now the faceoff will take place inside the zone of Marquette. Loyola wins the draw. Cloyster rings it around behind the Marquette net. Cloyster at the left point, unable to keep it in. Now he's battling along the boards there with Michael DeSalvo. Loyola coming in, shoot, scored! Andrew Hadley from his backhand, able to put it by Robbie Arner. So the puck comes back inside the Marquette zone, and a backhand shot into the net from Andrew Hadley. Able to put that in, cut this deficit now down to 1 goal. Loyola now trailing 3-2. Marquette wins the center ice face-off draw. Loyola takes possession, looking to clear, blue line. Nick Piper skating over the near boards left wing. Centering pass, shot on net, goes wide. We have a player down by Loyola behind the net. Referee's arm is up, and he's going to call a stoppage of play here. Some heavy action there. Shot on net. Player going wide of the goalie, crashing into the boards. In some distress there. And that was number 6. He got knocked down into the boards. Hopefully it wasn't head first. That was the goal scorer, Andrew Hadley. who just scored the goal for Loyola. And now he's going to go off on the ice and regroup. Now the referees are conferring again at center ice. There is going to be a penalty on Marquette for that play at the net that sent Hadley into the boards. Most likely a hooking call. And that'll bring the power play. Here we take a look at it. There's a rebound attempt that goes wide to Arner's right. Meanwhile, Hadley to Arner's left. As you can see, he gets pushed into the boards and goes crashing. And now Loyola wins the draw inside the Marquette zone. Far boards, Matt Barnett. Barnett from a far point. Tried to feed over to Patrick Myers, unable to corral it. Trying to get the puck behind the net for Loyola. Rubbed off on the play and picked up on the point. Shot, goal! And a big goal there from Ross Kaminsky to tie it up. Power play goal again for Loyola. Quick strike action. Puck goes to the far point. Kaminsky able to fire it in. And now we're all knotted up at 3 goals apiece. So Loyola special teams, 2 power play goals here in quick fashion. Ross Kaminsky with the beneficiary of this last goal. And now we're knotted up at 3 with 11:22 to go in the second period. Loyola wins the draw in their own zone. Skating it out to center ice. Puck dumped back into the Loyola zone where Kovac will stop it and drop it off. Hand it over to Jordan Hawkins. Hawkins behind his own net, carrying it forward. On the far boards, trying to get the puck over to Dante Todaro, unable to make a connection. Coming into the zone now for Marquette. Carrying it over is Mitchell Elena. Elena goes into the far corner. And he doesn't have much help on his end. He loses possession of the puck. And now Loyola will carry it over. Drop pass over to Harrison Oates. Puck knocked outside of the Marquette zone. Puck swung over to Kaminsky. Getting it back over to Jordan Hawkins. Hawkins back to Kaminsky. Kaminsky skating out of his own zone. Feeding along the near boards back into the Marquette zone is Levi Bailey. Bailey along the near half boards inside the Marquette zone. And the puck is dumped all the way into the Loyola zone. Jordan Hawkins will chase after it. And he's going to look to feed. Coming in is Levi Bailey. Bailey from the near circle. And now we have some activity. After the whistle, the goalie was knocked over, and the teams, definitely Marquette disagreed with that level of play there, and now we have scrums, 3 separate scrums taking place. 2 guys are down on the ice, and you can see Robbie Arner is not happy with what happened there. We're going to get a look at the replay on that, hopefully to determine which player crashed into who and if he was guided into that. Not sure. We're going to – big scrum, though, and obviously – the refs are going to have to sort things out here to see if there's any penalty to be called. Probably going to be something. We just don't know if there was a initial penalty and then any of the fireworks afterwards. All right. So we're going to get a look at the play here. Coming in to make a shot. All right. So it's hard to see if he stuck his leg out and temporarily kind of pulled Arner out. And that's what drew the reaction from the Marquette players. So we're going to wind this back and get a look. All right. Coming in. Yeah, it could have been, it looks like either a stick or the leg. knocked Arner off balance. And Marquette reacted to that, and that resulted in 3 separate scrums behind the Marquette net. So the Golden Eagles definitely not happy with that level of play. Play's been very chippy here of late. We have 3 players in the box on each side. So obviously the referees are trying to take control of this game, send a message, make sure that this doesn't evolve into something that's a little more serious. So looking to get all the penalties sorted out and see if there's a penalty situation. Right now there's 36 seconds left on the penalty for Marquette. And we're just waiting to see if there will be any additional power play or penalty kill scenarios coming up on the board here, or if we're just going to have misconduct penalties. Score is 3-3 with 9:55 to play in the second period. First period, we had lots of end-to-end action. This second period, however, has been very, very sluggish in terms of play due to the penalties and chippiness that we've seen. Also, we've had a couple goals scored, 3 goals scored in this period so far, and we're only halfway through. See Nick Piper for Loyola and Adam Benkovic for the Golden Eagles, waiting at center ice to hear what's going to come from the penalties that are being called here. Shots on goal, Loyola 21, Marquette 11. So again, Loyola able to get off the shot attempts here and finally able to knot up the score, 3-3. Loyola coming into this game the 7th seed in the Silver Division, Marquette the 2nd seed. So obviously, and with Marquette winning the 2 games during the regular season towards the tail end of January, if Loyola is able to pull this off, consider that an upset. They may not feel that way, however, the level of play they're playing at right now, it's 3-3. One disadvantage here, maybe not a disadvantage because it affects both goalies, but while you're waiting for these long delays, goalies have different things that they like to do. From the Marquette side, skating around, staying loose. From the Loyola side, Kovac is kind of still staying in his net, looking stable, but you know, the longer the time takes for referees to sort this out, goalies need something to keep them active, to keep them from stiffening up. So they definitely have to make sure that they're loosening up, limbering up, getting any fluids that they can during this time period. Here on SportsTownChicago.com, we have 2 more games coming your way again. This is game 2. In game 1 that took place earlier this morning, Iowa State Cyclones defeated the Missouri State Bears 6-2. And again, we're getting a look at the scrum that took place after goalie Robbie Arner was knocked off of balance on that scoring attempt by Loyola. And you can see as he swings the stick there, he's very aggravated that that took place, as were his teammates, and they came to his defense. Hence the delay we're looking at as the referees are sorting through what's happening. Now they're explaining it to Piper and Benkovic for Loyola and Marquette respectively. So in the first game, again, we talked about Iowa State defeated Missouri State 6-2. This is our second game, 2 seed Marquette versus 7th seed Loyola. In game 3, which will take place at 4:30, Aurora University will take on Bradley University, and then that during the regular season, Aurora was able to defeat Bradley twice, so they have the head-to-head advantage, 2-0. Aurora the 3rd seed and Bradley the 6th seed. And then in the nightcap, Nebraska University, our 4th seed, is going to take on Robert Morris of Peoria, Robert Morris University of Peoria, the 5th seed at 7:15. So that's our last game of this evening. And then tomorrow, we'll have 2 more games on hand. So the winner of this game and then the winner of the other 2 games will face off. So we'll have 2 more games tomorrow. First puck drop tomorrow is 4:15, and then the late game will be at 7 p.m. And then the winners of those two games will take on the championship game on Sunday at noon. So lots of hockey action this weekend on SportsTownChicago.com, so make sure you tune in, listen in, follow along with your favorite college teams, or just follow along with college playoff hockey. This is the Mid-America Collegiate Hockey Association Silver Division Playoffs. All right, when it gets this long, I think they should do a skills display. They should have the goalies doing one-on-one against each other, something to kill the time, keep them loose. All right, players they're getting antsy here. Goalies, antsy. As you said, Robbie Arner, he's a little more active during these delays, trying to skate around, stay loose. On the other side, Tyler Kovac for Loyola, been more in his net. He's come out a little bit, but for the most part, he's been hanging in his net. Nothing has been put up on the board at this point in terms of any other penalties, 2-minute infractions or majors. There are definitely going to be misconduct penalties involved here. And we originally had three players in the box for Marquette. I only see two now, so I don't know if someone received a game misconduct. And if that's the case, then they're going to lose that player for the entirety of the rest of the game, and that looks to be the case. And we'll follow up more on that. I did see Colin Telmanek go back into the locker room. Not sure, though, if that's for a penalty situation or not. We'll find out more as we go along here. All right, now the referees are over on the Loyola side explaining what happened with the penalties. Trying to give Coach Jackson Bray the 4-on-1 on who's going off for what were the infractions, who's going to be shorthanded, if any. And on the other side, the other referee is talking to Coach Will Jurgensen, giving him the same explanation as well in terms of what they saw and what infractions that they've ruled here at the 9:55 mark of the second period. And while we're having a delay here, we'll just talk through, we'll give you some scores later. There is another division that is having their playoffs here in Peoria as well, and that's the Bronze Division. So the Bronze Division is having their playoffs, and they're playing in Rink 2. And I'm going to quickly try and get you up to speed in terms of who's playing in that one. As we wait for the outcome of this penalty extravaganza. All right, so your bronze playoff bracket, we'll try and get the winner of the first game. That was NIU, the number 1 seed, versus SIU Edwardsville. That game took place at 11:30 in Rink 2. And then in the second game, which should have already started, Robert Morris University Black taking on Western Illinois. So again, that game should already be underway as well. So we'll look to give you the scores for the bronze games as those become available to us. But it looks like we're finally going to get back to the action here in the second period of our game between Marquette and Loyola in the Silver Division playoffs, Game 2. Game 2 of today's roster of games, I should say. All right. Face-off won by Loyola, carrying it into the Marquette zone. Pass centered on net, stick to side by Arner. Robbie Arner Along the near boards, keeping the puck in is Kaminsky. Kaminsky at the left point, looking to shoot. Stick to side, nice stick save. And to his right. Now Loyola carrying the puck over. Far circle, looking to get it over to Hawkins. Kaminsky looking to shoot. Puck was deflected up onto the ceiling. And we have a stoppage of play here. Let's see where the faceoff's going to come outside the zone. Nope. Faceoff inside the zone. Marquette is going to be to the left of Robbie Arner. So there was a 5-minute major given to Marquette and then a double minor given to Loyola. So at the end of this, I think it might be 2 minutes of penalty time, maybe a minute of power play time for the Ramblers. Going after it in his own zone behind the net for Kovac. That was an icing call. And the puck will go back down into the Marquette zone for a faceoff. 3-3, 8:59 to go in the second period. Faceoff won by the Ramblers. Far boards knocked behind the boards, chasing after it for Marquette. Brendan Natwara. Natwara rings it along the far boards. It's dumped back behind the Marquette net where it's picked up by Natwara again near circle. Far circle, loose puck. Picked up by Loyola, skating in all alone. Unable to get the shot off, however, was Dominic Marcus. And now Marquette will pick up the puck. That's Joe Bertain. Bertain feeding it over into the far corner for Marquette. William Paduelas. Behind the net, Loyola picks the puck up. Carrying it forward is Patrick Myers. Myers shooting along the near boards here. Victor Koister. Koister carrying it in from the left point. Tried to get around one man, unable to do so. And Marquette takes possession of the puck. Skating it forward now is Mark Shipbaugh. Shipbaugh, left circle, shot saved. And gloved. So glove save there on the shot attempt by Mark Shipbaugh. On the left side, we'll have a face-off inside the Loyola zone. 4 skaters aside now for the next 2 minutes. Shipbaugh able to keep it in, now barely able to keep it in, is outside of the zone. Shipbaugh on the center ice boards, far boards. Puck stolen away now, Jordan Hawkins. Hawkins coming in alone, shoots into the crest of Arner, and he's able to hold on, not give up any rebound attempt. So Jordan Hawkins with the steal at center ice coming in. We're gonna get a look at the replay here. See Hawkins coming in. Had a defender, he could not go around, so he got the shot off attempt in the slot area. And Arner was able to come up with the save, not give up a rebound. And we're still knotted up at 3 here with 7:45 to go here in the second period of Silver Division playoff action. Face off to the right of Arner. Nick Piper wins the draw for Loyola. Piper unable to maintain possession. Marquette knocks it into the Loyola zone. Skating after it in a centering attempt, unable to connect with Adam Bankovic. And now Marquette takes possession at center ice, looking to skate back in now is Michael DeSalvo. DeSalvo coming in on net, puck deflected up into the glove of Tyler Kovac, and he'll hold on for a face-off. 7:25 to go here in the second period. Still knotted up at 3. And we're going to get a look at DeSalvo coming in. Puck was deflected up into the air, and Kovac able to make the easy save. Marquette wins the draw. Near point. Far point circled over. Puck unable to hold the puck in was Redmond. And now coming into the Marquette zone, Harrison Oates. Shot on net, saved. Brief rebound attempt there, but then Arner was able to cover up. Harrison Oates skating in now. We're going to look at the replay. You see Oates skating in. Puck was loose just for a moment, and then Arner was able to cover up as Harrison Oates was hot in for his own rebound attempt. Face off to the left of Arner inside the Marquette zone. Harrison Oates with the draw. Marquette wins the face-off. Behind their own net is Kellen Buddy. Buddy loses the puck. At the point, Victor Koister shot over the goalie. Now Marquette looking to exit their own zone. Along the near boards, Kellen Buddy. Buddy dumps it into the Loyola zone where it's picked up by Victor Koister. Koister along the near boards feeds it over to Harrison Oates. Shot attempt. Shot wide by Stillman, with Harrison Oates looking for a rebound attempt, unable to get there. Koister going for the puck in the far boards. Clears it over to center ice. Loyola putting on the heavy pressure now. The ice has definitely been tilted in Loyola's way these last few minutes. Marquette carrying it into the zone. In the near corner, puck drop behind from Brendan Natwara. Puck on front of the net. Shot attempt goes wide, unable to get enough on that. For it was Eric Plotz for Marquette. Puck behind the net now. Battling for it is Christopher Morrow. Along the near board, Shipbaugh keeps it in from the left point. Near corner now picked up by Loyola. Kept in Eric Stoltz. And now the puck comes outside of the net, carried in by Loyola. It looks like a 3-on-2 opportunity. Jordan Hawkins with the shot, goes wide, rebound is loose. And the referee blew the whistle. I'm not exactly sure if he had it covered up or if he lost sight of it. But the puck was loose there for a moment. Whistle blew. Rebound attempt negated. All right. So shot on net. There's the glove save. And a beauty by Arner. Puck is loose as he was knocked down. Player was knocked into Arner. And then the referee blew the whistle. Shipbaugh shovels it out for Marquette into the Loyola zone. Chasing after it for Loyola, Matt Barnett. Barnett along the near boards. Carrying the puck up is Levi Bailey. Bailey tried to make a feed attempt over to Dominic Marcus. Unable to do so. Now Marquette dumps it into the Loyola zone behind the net. Picking it up is Jordan Hawkins. Hawkins behind his own net. Looking for an outlet. Far boards, gets it over to Levi Bailey. Bailey carries it over, tries to get it over to the left point. Puck goes outside the zone. And Loyola was looking to regroup. However, they threw the puck into the netting. So the faceoff's going to come up to center ice. With 4:56 to play here in the second period, we're all knotted up at 3 goals apiece here in the first round playoff action in the silver division between Loyola of Chicago, the Ramblers, and Marquette University Golden Eagles. 3-3. Carrying the puck in along the near boards is Michael DeSalvo. DeSalvo tried to get it over the far board. DeSalvo in the slot area, far circle, shot attempt loose, rebound attempt, goes wide, another rebound attempt, shoveled forward, unable to get it through. 3 attempts there by Marquette, but unable to get the puck into the net at this point, and Loyola looking to clear, unable. Kept in at the point with a pad save. Loose puck. Shot deflected wide, looking for a tip attempt there for DeSalvo, unable to corral it. Kept in at the point, Colin Redmond. And we have an offsides call. So heavy pressure there from Marquette in the last 30 seconds. 3 consecutive shot attempts that we're going to get a look at here, keeping Tyler Kovac very busy. All right, we're back to live action here. Face-off. Puck is behind the Marquette net, going after it. Heavy on the forecheck now is Loyola. 2 men in, however, Marquette comes out with it. Carrying the puck forward now is Jacob Soman. Soman dumps it into the Marquette zone. Picked up by Colin Redmond of Marquette. Trying to carry it outside the zone. Able to exit. However, the puck is picked up by Andrew Hadley of Loyola. He dumps it in. And the puck circles behind the Marquette net. And big check there by Hadley on Joe Bertain. Now scrum behind the net. Redmond and Bertain for Marquette trying to get the puck loose. Puck goes to the right point. Soman with the shot. Did not get through. Rebound attempt coming loose. Goes back to the right point. Soman able to keep it in nicely. However, we got now a 2-on-1 opportunity coming in as Johnny Stillman shot, save! Stillman with the shot attempt that goes wide. Rebound, score! Wrist shot from Dante Tadaro. Play moves the other end. Dante Tadaro skating along the left side, fires a wrister over the glove side. You can see Dante Tadaro coming over. He's going to fire the wrister over the glove side of Arner. Beautiful shot. And now Loyola has taken a 1-goal lead, 4-3 here in the second period of play with 2:53 left in the second period. Kaminsky roughed up along the center ice boards here by Kellen Buddy. Now Marquette's going to have to look to pick up their level of play here. They've definitely been outshot, a little bit outmanned for little stretches here. Kaminsky knocks the puck outside the zone. Marquette will pick it up. Brendan Natwara. Natwara dumps it in zone, coming in all alone. Kovac scored! The equalizer from Connor Coyne coming in all alone on Kovac. He's able to bury it, and now we're knotted up at 4. So end-to-end action here and 2 goals in less than 30 seconds. Either side, Marquette coming in all alone, Connor Coyne on Tyler Kovac, and he was able to fire it past the glove side to knot this game up at 4. Puck shoveled up to center ice. Marquette picks up the puck, Shipaw. Shipaw circles behind his own net. Drops it off to Eric Plotz. On the near boards, Plotz looking to get after it. Puck intercepted now. Coming forward again is Michael DeSalvo. DeSalvo, far corner. He drops it off to Lee Barnes. Barnes and DeSalvo behind the goal line of Loyola. And the puck comes looped, and here comes Nick Piper. Piper carrying it in along the far boards into the Marquette zone. Puck rings around to Michael DeSalvo for Marquette in the near corner of the Marquette zone. And coming out with it is Adam Benkovic. Benkovic, center ice. Tried a cross-ice pass to Lee Barnes, unable to connect. Now Loyola will take it the other way. Puck intercepted, however, by Marquette. Knocked back into the zone. Player taken off his feet, no call. But now there will be a call. It looks like we're going to get either a hooking or tripping call here. We'll wait. And Marquette has to be careful. They can't be arguing these calls too strenuously. They don't want to get themselves into another misconduct situation. So going to the box for Marquette is Adam Benkovic. So Benkovic off for hooking. And Loyola will go to the power play. Faceoff's going to go to the right of Robbie Arner. Robbie Amer. Faceoff won by Loyola. Left point Koister. Unable to keep the puck inside the zone. He's arguing with the referee on that. He's not going to win. And the faceoff will come outside the Marquette zone. Dot just outside near boards here. Faceoff, won by Loyola. Carrying it in is Kaminsky. Loses the puck, and Marquette clears. Kovac stops the puck behind the Loyola net, leaves it for Koister. Koister has to get there in a hurry. Koister carrying the puck forward over center ice. Getting it into Kaminsky. Kaminsky, shot! Glove save, no rebound given. No rebound given, and Amer hangs on. We'll have a face-off to his left. Just over 45 seconds left in the second period. 4-4. Very exciting game. A lot of back and forth action. At one point, Marquette was up 3-1. Then Loyola scored the next 3 goals, take a 4-3 advantage. And then about 30 seconds later, Marquette got the equalizer. Shot off the crest and saved by Amer. Marquette looking to clear. Koister unable to keep it in at the left point. He'll have to chase after it, going down into the Loyola zone behind his own goal line. Koister trying to feed it. That was a misconnection, trying to get Dominic Marcus back into the zone. Koister. Now he'll skate up along the near boards. Cross ice to Kaminsky. Puck dumped now behind the Marquette zone. Chasing after it for Marquette is Colin Redmond. Redmond trying to hold the puck and freeze it along the boards there. And 2 Loyola players go in after it along with another Marquette player. So we have a scrum. Not a whole lot going on, and the buzzer sounds here at the end of the second period. Unable to get that puck loose, and the score will now be 4-4 as we head to break. Marquette Warriors 4, Marquette Golden Eagles 4, the Loyola Ramblers 4 at the end of 2 here in the Silver Division playoffs in the Mid-American Collegiate Hockey Association. We'll come back with third period action right here on SportsTownChicago.com.
Out of all the schools I applied to, Illinois Media School was the first to personally guide me through the financial aid process. Not only did the school offer classes in my field, but hands-on experience with all of today's modern broadcasting equipment. Illinois Media School gave me all the tools I needed to find a career in broadcasting. While in class, I worked one-on-one with real professionals in the television and radio industry. Job placement helped me find the perfect internship where I had real, on-the-job training. No other school offers a program as exciting and educational as this. My name is Mandy, and Illinois Media School helped me achieve my career in broadcasting.
I could have said it better myself. This is Jonathan Hood, instructor at the Illinois Media School, formerly Illinois Center for Broadcasting. There's so many reasons for you to consider Illinois Media School. You can